Hi, I made it. Say hello to me if you've arrived. Say hello to me in the chat. That would be great. Welcome to Happy Stuff and Fluff, the last one of 2020. Yeah, so say hello to me when you've arrived. And could you also tell me where you are coming in from in terms of whereabouts in the world you are, but also whether you are on Facebook or YouTube? I know, get me. My fixed mindset, if I have one, is around technology. You will know that if you followed me on YouTube. And so to be on Facebook and YouTube at the same time, well, I'm making progress. Let's just put it that way. That is, of course, if this works. So can you let me know, please, if you are watching on Facebook or watching on YouTube? That would be great. Hi, Laura. It's so lovely to have you here, and I hope you had a lovely Christmas. I was thinking about you. So hi, Laura. And you're on YouTube. Oh, that's so exciting. Well, it's for me, I know. Hi, Blue Sheep. Hi, Mitch. Hi, Ed, Alf, and Kirsten. We've got 4 in 1 there. Hi, Robin Holt from Tier 4. I know. Hi, Susan. Yeah, those of you who are watching on the replay, or if you are from the US, many of us in the UK have been put into Tier 4, which is one of the highest restrictive tiers in terms of COVID. But I'm not on to talk about COVID tonight. What I wanted to do is to, first of all, thank my clients, to thank my supporters and my viewers of Happy Stuff and Fluff for sticking with me through 2020. I appreciate it so much. And, some good things did happen in 2020, but I have a suspicion it's always going to be remembered as COVID year, isn't it? I guess. So I think most of us are going to be glad to leave it behind. And I have to say, I'm one of those too. So New Year's Eve, and of course we ought to be celebrating, but as I've just said, because many of us are in tiers 3 and 4, the instructions are to stay at home. And so we will be possibly quietly celebrating at home. But I do have to say that New Year for me, this is going to make me sound really dull and boring, I know, but New Year for me has never really been a party night. If you like, it's always been more reflective for me. So kind of obviously reflecting on the year gone by, but also looking forward to the new year. Now, also, hi, James, nice to see you. Also, it is New Year's Eve today, but it's also the birthday of my youngest son, Josh. So it's his birthday today, and he's 31 years old. So yes, I gave birth on New Year's Eve. And I want to talk about that. I'm going to tell you the story about that. But yeah, don't worry, I'm not going to go into detail. So don't click off, guys. I just want to tell you the story. So yes, 31 years ago, 1989, I was in hospital at this time trying to give birth to what turned out to be, I think he was 10.5 pounds. So ladies, you will know it was difficult. At 10.5 pounds, he was a big baby. I knew he was a big baby because I couldn't move for the last month of my pregnancy. I was so huge. So obviously I think about that on New Year's Eve too. Now, I'll tell you the story. So we were in hospital in a place called Bolton, which is the north of England, if you don't know where that is. So it's in the north of England, and I was in hospital about to give birth. Now, there were only a few of us actually in there giving birth at that time. So at around about 11 o'clock, it became clear, 11 o'clock at night, it became clear that my baby was always about to arrive. Now then, where they would normally want you to give birth and kind of get rid of you as such, this time, because a company called Farley's Rusks not having been around babies for a while, I'm not even sure if they still exist anymore. Please tell me in the comments box if they do. But Farley's Rusk were offering, listen to this, they were offering £10,000 reward to the first baby born in 1990. Now, £10,000 is a lot of money. Hi, Katie. £10,000 is a lot of money. A lot of money now. It was a lot of money in 1989. So imagine, ladies, you're giving birth to a huge baby. You've been struggling all night long. And then everybody, including your husband, is saying to you, hang on, Christine, hang on, don't give birth yet. Oh, my. Well, there we are. Then at 11:15, he still wasn't born. At 11:30, still wasn't born. So we were heading to having the first baby born in 1990. And then there came a time where I realized, and clearly did the baby inside me, that heck with £10,000, this baby's coming right now, which is what I said in no uncertain terms. And my baby was born at 20 minutes to midnight, 1989. So rather than being the first baby born in that hospital in 1990, Josh was the last baby born in 1989. And even though my husband tried his very best to get a deal going with the doctors to say that he was, no, I am joking, but it wouldn't have surprised me. In order to get this £10,000, it didn't happen. But what did happen, imagine this, after going through all night trying to give birth and then giving birth to this huge baby, a nurse came in with a huge glass of sherry and an enormous cream cake to celebrate the new year. Oh my goodness me. Hence, I've never eaten a huge cream cake since. The very thought of it makes me ill. But that was the booby prize, as well as the baby, of course. Instead of getting the £10,000, I got a cream cake and a glass of sherry. So why am I telling you all this? Well, there is a point to it. That's what I think about every new year, first of all, as you can imagine. But my lovely son, Josh, at 31, what it makes me think of is, I think, from a creative point of view, any of the big projects that I've completed have actually felt like that process. From as I say, from a creative point of view, it's a little bit like the process of giving birth. So there's something waiting inside of you to come out, but you're not quite sure what it is. And it causes anxiety and it causes frustration sometimes. And then often it needs a final big push in order to finally emerge in all of its glory. You see where I'm coming from with this? So amongst other things, I felt that way when, for example, I completed my degree. I certainly felt that way writing my book and when the book was finally published. And more recently, I felt that way when Happy Stuff and Fluff was very first aired. You do all this planning and considering and working and thinking, and then finally what you have had in your mind or in your body is finally created and becomes complete. And that's what I mean about it being similar in terms of the birthing process. And so that's what I like to think about. So all I wanted to say to you really tonight was, if you're considering making a New Year's resolution, then and again, if you've been with me on Happy Stuff and Fluff for long, you'll know I'm not really into New Year's resolutions. But if you're thinking of a New Year's resolution, they often involve stopping something that you don't want to do. Stopping eating cream cakes, for example, stopping drinking alcohol for January, or stopping all great things, of course. But as we know, and I've talked about this on the show, New Year's resolutions don't very often work. So what I want to suggest to you, instead of thinking about a New Year's resolution, I want to give you a question. If you have a pen and paper handy, write it down. I don't expect you to answer me here and now, but I want you to ponder this question instead. What are you going to give birth to? in 2021. Because despite the fact that all of these things are difficult, you know, and all of these things might be hard to come to fruition, and you struggle with them, and it can be frustrating, and all of those things, just like birthing babies, these projects tend to be the very things that have the most positive effect on your life. And so that's what I want you to think about. I want you to think about what you could give birth to in 2021 that's going to have the most positive effect on your life. Creatively, I'm talking about. Unless, of course, you do happen to be pregnant, in which case, my best wishes to you. But other than that, yeah, from a creative point of view, or from something you know you could do, something that you think you really want to do but you've never done, or you think you want to start but you've never started. It's inside you waiting to come out. You know, I remember Wayne Dyer, and he got this from someone else. I remember the story, but I don't know where he got it from. But he used to say, don't die with your music still in you. And by that he meant, if there are things in the back of your mind that you've always wanted to start and thought you'd like to do, maybe that's the time, maybe 2021 could be that time for you. So that's the question. I want you to ask yourself, what can I give birth to in 2021 that's going to have the most positive effect on my life? And let that guide you. Let that guide you through 2021. That's the way I'm going to approach it. And that's what I'll be talking about on Happy Stuff and Fluff. But on Happy Stuff and Fluff this year, it's going to be all about really meaning and purpose, finding purpose and living purpose and meaning. You know, because we know that having purpose and meaning is right up there for actually feeling and being happy. You can have all the other things in the world, but if your life doesn't, or you feel your life doesn't have meaning and purpose, then you will not be happy. And giving birth to a creative project is something that will give you meaning and therefore increase your happiness. Now I'm just reading here, because forgive me, when messages come in, both here and on, I have another screen, they go up so fast I can't see them. But we've got here Laura saying that it's a healthier eating plan. Well, I think that's a sensible thing. You know, it's not, I'm going to stop doing this, I'm going to stop doing that, and I'm going to do this. So a healthier eating plan. And of course, now you know you have to be more specific about that and work out exactly what that means. And step by step, baby steps as you go along. But I know you're a viewer, Laura, so I shall be holding you to account on that one, but it's a great thing to do. So yeah, think about that. And if you haven't yet joined us on Happy Stuff and Fluff, you can do that. You can join the YouTube channel, and you can also subscribe to the blog. And you can do that on christinelconroy.com. You've got the address right there in front of you. You can watch all the videos on there. You can read the blogs. You can comment. We can have a conversation. Come and join us for 2021, and you too will have a happy new year. First one, happy new year. And I'll see you in 2021. Thank you for being here. Bye-bye.